Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to take a look at the energy for January of 2022 for you. Woohoo! We made it. So 2022 has some really great stuff going on as far as like the numerology of it. All those twos, that's about bringing things into balance. They add up to a 6. That's soulmate energy. And so I think there is an opportunity this year to find little soulmates here and there that end up creating a community where you feel more balanced and more at home. And so I think that overall, it's going to be ups and downs. Everything is, but I think there's an overall rebalancing of the situation for people in general. So that's the good news. I'm going to do the Celtic cross here. We're going to take a look at health, wealth, and happiness. And then if you noticed down in the description box, there should be the little membership button. I say there should be because I haven't done it yet. I'm planning to do that tomorrow before I release the videos. And so hopefully it all works out and it's there. So the goal is to go on, and I'm going to finish this up and I'm going to record the love and the soul path. There's a lot of new content going in. There's going to be many different levels and opportunities to connect more, to learn more, to grow more. So I hope you come along for the journey with me this year. I'm very excited about this. There's been things I've been wanting to do, and I feel like now I finally have the opportunity by using this option. So what did I say? This they were talking about that energy of companionship, of the one-on-ones, the soulmate energy, and your overall energy for this month is the 6, the lovers, and it's called love, and it says choice and trust. So who do you choose? Who do you trust? Interesting. Okay, so Venus, your ruling planet, is in Capricorn right now. So is the Sun. We start off the month with a new moon in Capricorn. We've got Mercury there. Mercury's actually going to retrograde back into Capricorn a little bit. Pluto's there. And Mars is coming in. Lots going on in Capricorn. And so Venus is basically running the show, though. She is trying to come up with a plan about what is of value to her. What is of value to you? Where is it that you want to make the big changes? Because she's going to conjunct, she's already conjunct once with Pluto. She's going to do it again shortly. And then she will be doing it one more time before she finally gets out of Capricorn in the beginning of March. And so this has been an ongoing process of releasing and letting go of old paradigms in order to bring new things in. And for you, Libra, Capricorn is your 4th house of home, and so that love would show up as an overall theme for it doesn't really surprise me. So there's a lot of decision-making process going in around you in that arena, and where do you find the balance, and how do you bring things in for you? And you're saying, so this thing about love, I'm not really in the mood. We start off with your energy here in the 4 of shells, or the 4 of cups, and you're fine. Don't worry about that. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Right now, this is soul searching and reevaluation. This is having your feet in the emotional waters and evaluating where it is and what is important to you. That is what Venus is doing. Venus doesn't conjunct the Sun until the 8th in the evening, Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. And so 8th, 9th, depending on where you are in the world. So what that means is that that's when we start to get really clear. We start to figure out what it is we want. Right now, there's just a lot of reevaluating and a lot of sorting through and a lot of saying, you know what, I'm not really interested in that. Like that, no, not really. So I will link this week's video to this. It'll be over here somewhere. I can't remember where I stuck it this time. The thing is that it will, it was about how we're making choices. We're deciding. And so you're right where you're supposed to be. And as that fog starts to lift, as you start sorting through things, then I think the decision-making process gets a lot easier. And by the 29th, when Venus is now moving direct, I think clarity comes in really strong and decisions get made. But this month that you are sitting here trying to decide what choices you want to make, who do you trust, how do you feel about things, you're doing exactly what you should be doing. Because here you are in the energy of where your conscious mind is. We have the Hermit. So you're taking a little time out, a little breather. Contemplation and wisdom, perfect. Perfect when we know who we are, when we seek the light within, when we make the adjustments about what kind of changes do we want to make in our life for ourselves first and foremost, before we start going out there and looking for partnership, or we start trying to collaborate with somebody in any way at all. When we know who we are and what we want, that is when we have the most success, because now we're going to attract in the energy that is similar to the energy that we've already determined for ourselves works for us. So in the area of the energy to lean in, you have the shaman. This is divine wisdom and spiritual power, really connecting in with the divine, really connecting in. So if you are in the membership portal at the second level, I just did a video for that. It was Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune in Pisces for you would be your seventh house. Would be your sixth house of creating balance. And so there's this energy of being able to expand through spirituality, through knowing what it is you want, by connecting to the higher self, by really focusing in on what is of value to you and how can you get it. And so this right here, we have this eagle coming in, divine wisdom, definitely knowing where it's going and what it wants to create and manifest for itself. In the subconscious, so you have the Two of Cups, the Two of Shells, the union and the harmony. I think it is about figuring out what you want. We all want to be in a great partnership, but can you define what a great partnership means to you? What are the value systems that you want in? What are the foundational blocks that you would build the structure on? Because Venus is going to be starting at the end of the month. She's starting, actually on the 8th. She starts a whole new Venus cycle. It goes for 8 years. And so over the next 8 years, what are you building toward in this area of your life? What is it that you really want? The challenge is not to go too fast. In the area of challenge, you have the 8 of Acorns. That's the 8 of Wands, energy and results, wanting to hurry up and get it done. But you're being encouraged to stay in the energy of the Hermit. In the Northern Hemisphere, we are in the winter months. We just had the winter solstice. We're in the early winter months. This is pulling our energy in. This is nurturing and nourishing ourselves. This is self-care, self-love, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, Venus words. That relationship, partnership, if you're currently partnered, does need a little time and attention. Not saying that it doesn't, but you don't throw yourself on the back burner either. You also equally deserve time and attention. In the area of opportunity, you have the 7 of Crystals, which would be the 7 of Pentacles. That is allowing growth to happen. This is called options and results. It's an anteater. An anteater gets on the trail of the ants. He follows the ants and he's slurping them up as he goes. But he knows they follow each other one by one by one, right? Right back to the anthill where it's dinner time. So he snacks on the way to the it's kind of like when your kids come home and they go into the refrigerator and they grab something out and they're eating it all the way across the kitchen to the dining room to sit down and have dinner. Right? So, what are my options and what are the results? What am I willing to wait for? What am I willing to work for? And what are my choices? What do I trust? Do I trust myself? Do I trust my partner? Do I trust what it is I desire in a partnership? If I don't have a partner, even if you do, what do you trust? Who do you trust? The energy you find yourself in is energy of the cheetah, the 5 of Wands, 5 of Acorns, challenging growth. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammal, I believe. I think they're faster than ostriches. When they take off, they run really fast and track down their prey. It's sitting there with his mouth open, like he's yawning, like he just woke up. The challenge is the growth. So you're in a growth spurt internally, sorting through what is of value to you, assessing the situation and allowing things to manifest and in the order of time that they will, being hot on the trail. So I can't encourage you enough to be patient with the process, because the challenge is the Eight of Wands. The challenge is that you already want it right now. But unless you can define it and you can discern where it is that you need to mend your own self-esteem and self-worth so that you can attract an equally high vibrational energy to you, then if you are one of those people who jumps from relationship to relationship to relationship and you don't take the time to pause, reflect, learn, grow, then the next relationship is like the last relationship, just with a different person. You take a little space and time in between, reacquaint yourself with yourself, learn, look at the things. What did you learn? What do you learn about yourself? Okay, so now I know I don't like that in a relationship. Okay, that's where you create the balance. That's where the joy and the harmony comes in. In your environment, you have the Four of Feathers or the Four of Swords. We have the bear resting. This is sanctuary and rest. That's your environment. I think that's the environment that you really need to create for yourself right now. A space to just hibernate. Because you have the Hermit on your mind. Other possibility on that could be that there is somebody that you are very attracted to and you really want to. You could be currently coupled and they've pulled their energy away and they're resting, they're sorting out, they're healing through something, and you're like, but I want to move our relationship forward, and they're like, dude, I need a break. And you keep thinking, how long is this break? I think you see movement at the end of January. Okay, give it some time. Your advice is to go have some fun. So find your friends. Find what brings you happiness and joy. You have the Three of Shells, which would be the Three of Cups. It's playfulness and bliss. It's dolphins. This is about getting out there and having fun. No one's asking you to not have fun, but the relationship, partnership thing, one or the other of you needs a little break. You can still have fun. Say you're coupled and you're working through some stuff. Still make time for your partner and have some fun. Because you have, the outcome is the Hanged Man, patience and perspective. There is wisdom to be gained through taking this time out, through taking this rest. It's really important. It's deep insight that will manifest in very the wisdom and the ability to avoid pitfalls and follies moving forward. It's worth it. It's worth the time out to take right now, because here we also have the Six of Pentacles. This is a very balanced relationship. It's the meerkats, synergy and gratitude, with the King of Shells, harmony and integrity, the King of Cups. There's a very nurturing, balanced energy coming in, either in a partnership that you currently are in, but it needs a little break, a little time to rest, or in the one in the future, if you take the time to do the hard work of the evaluation. So, I don't usually do love readings, and they're showing up all over, and I think it's because Venus is in Capricorn, and this is Capricorn season. And so, Libra, There's no way for me to look at this as anything other than that. There could be, for some of you, there could be a job opportunity that affects your family, and you got to figure out how it works. Mostly, this just looks like a flat out love reading. I don't really. So again, sun, moon, and rising is always good to check out the whole thing. Your sun sign, that's your soul. That's your soul. That's the soul work. That's the soul journey. That's how you see the world. That's what you came here to do. That is the soul work. Your rising sign, though, however, sets up your houses. And so it is how your personality is. It's how you interact with the world. It's how people view you. It's how everything lines up. And so the planets, as they're transiting around, they will touch on and different aspects of your life based on your rising sign, your moon sign. That's how you feel. That is how you will react to situations as you go through them. So, in the area of health, we are using, Spirit wanted to use the Oracle of the Mystical Moments. I haven't used it very often. You have 4, the Moon Dance. She's on a tightrope. Her balloon is a moon. It's a 4, which always makes me think you're trying to create stability, but she doesn't look very stable. So, here we go. This is you, though. Daring, balance, easiness, adventure, perspective. Look at this girl balancing on a rope, waltzing with the moon. She is dancing through life. To be this confident is a gift you should be aware of and treasure. Be brave and adventurous. Get out of your comfort zone. See life from a different perspective. If you maintain a balance between levity and lightheartedness, you can stay with the everyday noise that threatens to bring us down. Feel the night breeze in your hair and the adventure in your soul. This is mental, physical, and emotional health. And I think that to avoid being depressed and sad, which I have seasonal affect, and so this time of year is always a little difficult for me, it's really important that you find what brings you joy, which for you looks like something in the community. Find that circle of friends that you can hang out, that even if you just get on a Zoom call once a week and you laugh and you play stupid games or you get drunk over the Zoom. I've done all those and it's a lot of fun. Or get out and move around, do things. Do things that are interesting, things that bring you joy. If you can get out in nature and go for a walk, that is so refreshing. And it says to shut down the noise. So avoid the negative. I mean, we all need to be on some kind of an information diet. There's too much noise. These 24-hour cable channels that just recycle the same stories in the most negative way possible to get the most people to watch it is so not good for our society as a whole, and it is not good for you as an individual. So if you're doing that, find a different way to spend some of your time. Most of your time. All of your time. It's important to get your news. I prefer to get mine with the comedians and through print so that I don't have to hear that stuff. But I do need to know what's going on, but I really limit my information. So I don't find out about a lot of things until 3 or 4 days after it happened. But in most cases, it doesn't really matter. It still happened, and there was nothing I could have done to stop it. In the area of wealth, you have the messenger Mercury. So Mercury is currently with Venus this week, as a matter of fact, and they're having this conversation. And they're at 24 degrees of Capricorn. So in your chart, if you have anything in the initiating sign, you're an initiating sign. Around that 22 to 28 degrees of Capricorn, you're definitely going to be feeling this energy. But Mercury's going to move forward and get into your fellow air sign there of Aquarius, and then it's going to back up into retrograde. And so it's going to go over this space again 2 more times. And so there's this message being delivered about how do we manifest. Venus is about relationships, but in Taurus, she's about finances and self-value and self-worth. And so that discussion is also happening. So in the area of wealth, where do you need to gain information? Where do you need to review it and go over it? Where do you need to drill down and get a little more details? And who do you need to talk to? So as I bring the light of awareness, there's a need for a little more research. There really is. It's perspective, progressive, intelligent, adaptable, changeable, curious, instinctive. Some of your decision-making process will be done because you just know it's the right thing to do. You can trust your intuition. We have the Six of Crystals. The Six of Pentacles is an outgoing card, which means that there is financial balance coming in. But I think you need to do a little more research. There's a little more you need to know. The Seven of Crystals in the area of opportunity says, there's potential for growth. Some things need to have a little bit more time. So as far as finances go, paying attention to the details, getting a little more information, having a little patience, and seeing how things play out might be very beneficial to you. Also, when you're trying to bring things into balance, take a look at what's going on. What subscriptions do you have to cable channels you don't watch, or apps on your phone? Take a look around, see where you can focus in on what you actually use and what you don't. In order for you to bring the happiness quotient into your life, it says, my inner light shines far and wide, making a difference. When you do something kind for someone else, it makes you feel really good about yourself. So look for those opportunities this month where you can be extra kind, where you can do something. But remember, it's in balance, right? We have the Six of Crystals here. That is about keeping yourself energetically in balance. And who can you trust? Who's worth your time and your effort? Who deserves your energy? So, but doing things, right? We have this beautiful Two of Cups here at the root. So who is it that you care about, and that you can do something nice for, because it makes you feel good without energetically draining yourself? Kind of a balance there. Oh, that's okay. You're good at balance. All right, I'm going to hop on over to the membership portal. We'll do love for singles that are looking, for couples, and for singles who are not looking. And then we'll get onto the soul path. So I hope you will join me over there. I'd love to see you. Be sure to say hi. If you do, I am on Facebook every day. That's free. So you can come over there and check out for the little bit of daily guidance. But I just want to thank you so much. I'm excited about moving into 2022, and I want to thank you for your support, for your comments, your likes, your shares. This stuff all means so much to me. It really does. When you do something you love and it is appreciated, you know how that feels. It feels pretty good. So thanks so much for that. You guys have a great month ahead, and I will be back next week with the weeklies, so we'll talk soon.